to Tea Talks with
Meosha
and
Irina.
Excuse me. I'm messing with my hair.
I didn't even touch. Did you see? We could replay that clip. I did not even touch her hair.
You should totally
It's all their
replay
head.
this.
I am. And as you see, I win.
Looking spiffy.
Thank you. You
Is
too.
it cold outside?
Baby, it's cold outside. Yes, no, it's freezing outside.
Are my eyebrows dancing?
Oh, yeah.
All right. Gotta get back to business.
What's the topic today?
You tell me. Because you offered it, and I said, okay, let's do it.
Oh, so we're not in this together.
We
This
are,
one.
but I'm letting you have the floor. That's how good of a friend I am.
Okay. Okay.
She's so used to me, driving the bus
Well, 'cause
that when I
it's-
give her the wheel, Dora, take the wheel, take the wheel.
I like when you drive the bus. It's good. You drive it really safely, and I like it. And and our audience like it too. So what is the topic for today?
Audience, do you? Do you? Okay, the topic for today is, since I am practically under the bus
Whatever.
to drive the bus. No, the topic for today is imposing. How do I say this the best way? Now I see why you put her back on me, because she doesn't want to deal with it. How other people impose their hopes on our dreams.
Well done. Well said. Well said.
Thank you.
Well
Thank you.
said.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
And that came about because
I was watching this this lady on TV, and I think she's like this self-help guru or whatever, but she was talking about that subject and how sometimes people have this expectation.
I beg you to not edit this.
Yo, I was speaking.
Oh, anyway, take two. People have expectations. People have expectations. I love it.
I'm having a replay of that. Yeah, sometimes she was talking about how people have expectations on you, on your dreams and your life, and they think, well, if you're not gonna do this, if you don't get to this goal in your life that I have so much invested in you, then what? Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then sometimes we can as the individuals that that it weighs on, like, we kind of feel like, all right, well, God, what, that puts so much weight on us. I mean, we have so much to deal with our own, like, with just doing it, and then just to have that extra baggage or layer on you, it's hard to.
I can
hard
tell
to-
it's a very personal subject
It is.
to you.
I have a lot of people that have expectations.
Like,
First of all, my family, friends, some certain friends, colleagues of
I get a
mine.
sense that you resent that.
Some part of me is, it's like, because everybody's like, they'll give their 2 cents of what I should do or the way I should go about it. And I'm like, well, if you were in my shoes, you would not be, it's easier said than done, right? Because you don't see what I deal with.
Well, it's always easier to give advice than to actually
Go
be on the
through it.
receiving end of it and
course.
going through with it, exactly. So.
Yeah, because you don't know what it consists of. Until you know what it consists of, then I'm open to hearing people telling me, what they think I should do and how I should live my life. But at the same time, I remember, okay, this is my life. This is my dreams. This is my goals. This is at my pace. And I'm going to do it.
Basically, the point that we want to make with this, or this lady that she was listening to, was saying that it is none of your business, so to speak, whether or not I'm actually going to achieve what it is I set out to achieve. What it is it doesn't feel fair for somebody else to build their hopes upon someone else's life's journey. Basically, that's the bottom line.
Pretty much, yeah.
And I agree with that, because there's an immense amount of pressure that one feels when others kind of depend on your outcome of where you're going to end up, how their lives are going to be affected. I mean, granted, in my situation, it's a little bit different because I am a family unit.
Right.
So obviously what I do affects my family and what my family does affects me.
Right.
So I kind of understand both sides of this coin. I get it as, you know, if I decided to pursue my dream, I don't need, because it's already pressure enough to really make that decision to pursue your dreams.
Right.
If you're really going after what you love, for some reason, we tend to feel a lot more sense of responsibility for that. At least that's how it is in my case. I don't know if, do you feel that way? Maybe
Sometimes.
It's unfair for us to compare because, I mean, I think in anything, you know, if you pursue your own path, you know, what you were born to do, so to speak, and you know, and this is your knowing,
Yeah.
I think you have a greater, almost fear of failure.
Of course.
And when you're already dealing with that,
Plus the pressure of others.
and then the, you know, the added pressure of others, it's a lot.
It can be, for
Because then you're feeling, if I fail, we fail,
sure. Right.
basically. That's
Right.
how I feel.
I'm sure. You know,
So-
because as a unit, that's what it would, you know.
Sorry, you're bugging me. Eyelash.
Thank you.
Good, got it.
As a unit, though, right? it would. Thank you. It would. You think it would affect, you know, everyone around you.
Exactly.
For me, I'm by myself, so. But I would still think it would affect, obviously, my close family, like my family and stuff, because everybody, you know, has a expectation of when I should make it or all this other
Yeah.
stuff, and that actually bothers me, because it's like.
What is making it, right?
Right, it goes back to that. It's like, what is making it?
Well, what did she say about that? Like, there's something you said, like a phrase, a
It
clear
was really
phrase,
good,
and I'm
too.
trying to remember
It was
what
really
you said.
good what she said. I mean, I should have wrote it down. It was such a good,
I mean, it was very simple.
very simple, but yet stuff that we
Very
kind of forget
profound.
sometimes.
Yeah.
Because when we're going through stuff and going through this, you know, the process, I guess you want to call it, we kind of can forget. We tend to forget those things, you know,
Yeah.
to keep us going, because it's tough, man. It's tough.
I wish you would remember what it is that you were watching. We could probably suggest to our audience.
You know, it's
to, like,
interesting. I was flipping through the channel, and I will never. I don't
flipping
watch.
through the channel on TV.
It was on television. It was on TV.
Somebody still flips channels on TV.
Yeah, we have a smart TV, so it goes to television and cable, and then you can go
Okay.
to Netflix, whatever. And it just whatever she was saying happened to just catch my attention for that time span, and then I just turned it off, and I was like, that would be something good to talk about, you know, because I think we all have it, whether doesn't matter what you're pursuing. I think everybody
Right.
has a level of expectation on somebody, whether it's your loved one or your significant other.
Yeah.
Someone has some type of expectation. Okay, so you're a wife, right? So it's like, I expect you to be X, Y, and Z, right? I'm sure, I don't know how that is in your world,
Well, of
but
course.
I'm sure that's
but
something
that's
that
a
comes
different
up. But
subject.
I'm saying that's expectation in itself.
It is, yeah.
And then
you
obviously
can't
as a
escape
mom, expectation in itself. So it's like, so everybody has a level of that somewhere.
Yeah, but we're talking
Particularly in our
particularly
dreams and our
in
goals.
pursuing yourself career-wise, I guess.
Yeah.
You know, because I mean, we all want to make it. We all want to feel successful, right? So going back to, if you want to help, I guess I stand in my way enough. Why don't you help me
With some contacts or something.
basically not stand in my way with me?
right.
Because
Right.
that's what it feels like sometimes.
Oh, that's interesting.
Because think about it, when we're going after something that is very important to us, we're in our heads about it. We're like, what if this, what if I'm not good enough, or whatever. So you're in your own way enough.
Right.
For somebody else to join you in that only creates a bigger obstacle.
Very true.
So the best thing for that someone else
To support
would be to just be supportive. But having said that, everybody has different understanding of how to be supportive.
Right. Very true.
Sometimes they think their support is in the giving of advice, for example, right? But
Yeah.
you cannot give advice if you're not in the same industry, because you're looking at it from a
Different lens, perspective.
exactly different lens. So your advice may not apply, even if it can be generic. But it adds pressure to like, oh, but maybe I should be thinking about that or should be doing this.
Yeah.
So it's like a catch-22. You want advice, but at the same time you're like, oh, I wish you didn't, kind of a thing. Sometimes that's how I feel sometimes.
Oh yeah, I think we all do, right?
So it's like, what is support? How far do you want to go with it?
Hey, I think you should do this with your career. You're like, whoa, thank you. This is the right way for you.
Well,
Like I've had things like that happen, and I'm just like, you know, I thank you for your input, but
I didn't ask for it.
yeah, and it doesn't really help me because you don't know what it is like to be what I go through. You can have some type of idea, unless you are in the same industry that I am, field I'm in. I completely will listen. I'm more open to hearing it. Not saying I shut out some really vital information that some people have, like to give me, who's not a part of that industry that I'm in. But I just kind of, it's like my mom used to say, it's like have a water off a duck's back. You take certain things that are in, good, and just just goes on the other.
Yeah, that's the best policy in life. I mean, if you're gonna take everything seriously, you're not gonna last.
No, but I feel like that's, you're right. The advice thing, I think some people kind of think like they're helping.
I guess if someone is not soliciting, maybe don't impose with it.
Yeah,
that would be my suggestion.
That's very helpful.
Because I caught myself doing that.
Oh, really helping, saying something?
Thinking I'm helping someone and going with advice, but then I go back and I reevaluate. I'm like, this person never asked for my opinion. Why did I decide that it was so important for me to go and give it?
I don't know, yeah.
I think that the person will ask for your help, right?
Right, of course.
It's like, hey, I need your advice.
Yeah.
All right. Then you open the door.
Yep.
But if I'm not uttering those words and the advice keeps coming, it's like,
oh,
okay, I'll listen.
Yeah, yeah.
Right?
Yeah, expectations. Because sometimes it can be, and then there's some, sometimes people mean well, and then you just kind of feel like,
of course they mean
of
well.
Of course, bless your heart. I appreciate that.
Oh God,
I
no,
really
she
do
didn't
appreciate
go there.
that. But some people just kind of, it's just like, yeah. So live your life the way you need to live it. Can't live in others' expectations of you, because then you're not living your life for yourself. You're living for others, and that's not good. You don't want to do that.
Well, there's a fine line there, but yes, I get the premise.
Like living a life for others?
I'm not gonna. No. I'm just saying that this can be taken out of context a little bit.
Could be.
But we're making a specific point with it.
Right.
So it applies to the specific point we're trying to make.
Yeah, I think so.
With the whole, if you've chosen a path for yourself.
Of course, yeah.
And you're paving that path, and there's no one way of going about that path.
Mm-hmm.
Especially in our industry, where it's very uncertain, or really in any entrepreneurial industry, because that's what we are. Mm-hmm. We're an entrepreneur because we're our own company, so to speak, right? So in any entrepreneurial world, there's no one way of going about certain things. It's not very linear. There's, you just have to develop it as you go and learn your own lessons and whatnot.
Right.
So yes, generic cookie cutter advice does not necessarily work.
Yeah, very true.
So if you want to help someone, either wait till you're asked to help, or just stay out of their way. That's helping too.
That's helping too.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's what's up.
Yeah, I think that's what it, I think that's what it boils down to, at the end of the day. I just have to keep going and not, I gotta remember to live my life for me, in the dreams, at the pace that I go in this industry that I'm in, because sometimes I can think about the people that call me and like, hey, what do you, don't forget me when you make it, or all this stuff, and it's just
interesting.
And I'm just like,
It's like, why aren't you here now if you don't want me to
if you want to
forget
help
you?
me,
Then
if you
yeah.
have expectations for me and you want to help me, I'm all for being helped. I love help. Help is good. If you have a way to do something easier, or you want to help me, whether it's financially, whether it's you have somebody
Or
some
financially.
contacts, I'm open to it. But you know what I mean. But no one wants to actually help you that way. Yeah,
No, they wanna
wanna
ride your coattails.
Yeah, it's really wild. This is how it's really wild how this works.
Yeah.
You know, it's like you suffer, and then whenever you make it, then
When you make it, you call us.
yeah, we'll be around. But anyway, I mean,
Somehow we made this very personal.
sorry guys, there's some things, some wounds that I have to heal. I mean, I'm
But
being
hey,
honest.
yeah, no, nothing wrong with that. You're telling what's on your heart.
Yes, but that's
Why is that funny?
The moral of the story would be, as far as like, don't live your life with expectation.
Don't try
of
to
others.
fulfill someone else's expectations.
Yeah.
Fulfill your own.
That's it.
And don't
Period.
feel bad about it.
And
Because,
don't feel bad
you
about
know, it's your life.
It's your life, and you live it the way you want to live it.
Yes, son.
YOLO.
She now knows what it means.
I'm gonna use it all the time now.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much for watching,
Yeah.
and yeah, we just hope that this helps someone out there.
Or pisses someone off. I don't know.
That was good. That was good.
But anyway, you know where to find us. We're
Yes,
here.
We're here
All the time.
all the time.
All the day.
Da.
Duh. But until then, remember,
The better it gets, the
better it gets.
gets.
We will see you next time.
Yes.
Ciao, bellas.
Ciao.